Hi everybody and welcome to this channel. I want to share with you my experience with fighting against hair loss. And just let me say a few words. I have a long story back. I started fighting against hair loss, and just look at this. You can see it's really thin up there. It's not looking that bad if I hold the camera in this angle, but it's really bad up there. So back to my story. I started fighting against hair loss about 10 years ago, and I could hold this status for 10 years. And believe me or not, but I tried almost everything out there on this market. And I want to share with you all my experience with all these thousands of products out there. For example, I tried minoxidil, 2%, 5%, 15%. I tried Propecia, the original one, the fake copy one. I tried almost everything. I'm in various boards where you can find all these special treatments against hair loss, and saw palm oil and everything, or mixed into minoxidil. I tried almost everything, and to be honest, I tried Propecia for almost 2 years, right at the beginning of my hair loss treatment, because I went to a doctor and I went through several tests, and then he told me that because I'm a man in the right age, and he told me that the best thing to do is to start with medical treatment. So I started using medical treatment, and I was doing it for almost 2 years. And thinking back now, I don't know why I did it for 2 years, because I should have stopped it much earlier. I got almost, not right at the beginning, but I did not get all side effects available out there, but I got quite a lot of side effects through time. It started when I first started with Propecia. I had headache, I was tired. I started with 1 milligram, which for me I found out is way too much. I felt like I was totally drunk the day before. I woke up, I had brain fog, I was tired, my eyes hurt and they were really swollen. I could not think clear, I could not concentrate. And since I had to go to work the next day, this was quite a problem, because I have to concentrate at work, and I found out that this was not possible. So still, I continued taking Propecia, 1 milligram, and I went to the doctor 1 month later and told him about this, and he just said that I could reduce the dose. So I did that again and again and again, and finally, after almost 1 year, I only had 0.5 milligram per day. And still I had some side effects, and I will talking about all these side effects in some other videos, so don't hesitate and subscribe my channel. I still had side effects, but the side effects were so small that I said at that point that I can live with it. Nowadays, when I'm thinking back, I don't know why I made this decision for myself, but I just wanted to fight hair loss. The only positive thing is that nothing changed so far. And after 2 years and quite some reasons, I stopped using all these medical treatments. I just continued with minoxidil 5%, which is very common here in Europe. And very soon, after 4 or 5 months, hair loss started again, very aggressive. When I started with the treatment 10 years ago, I had exactly the same status that I have today. When I was using the medical treatments for 2 years, I got a little improvement, but I did not get really thick hair again. So it's just, I always do photos every month, and every second month I did photos, and there was some improvement. You could also see it, especially in the front, but it was not that thick that I would say I just don't care about these side effects. I have the perfect hair. No, that was not the fact. But 2 years later, when I stopped the medical treatments, after 5 or 6 months, I got very aggressive hair loss. And I also got some reasons for this aggressive hair loss after 6 months that I also want to talk with you about in some other videos, but it was really aggressive and I lost really much hair, and all the hair that was up there started thinning. So I was really in panic and I was searching for a solution. And by writing and talking to some other people out there, I found out that I want to go for a natural hair loss treatment or fighting. And for almost 7.5 years, or almost 10 years, almost 8 years, I am fighting my hair loss with natural treatments. So, and the good thing is, when I started with these natural treatments, my aggressive hair loss started to slow down, and it stayed almost at the same level. But it was worse than before I started with all the medical treatments. And at that point, I was already doing natural hair loss fighting. And over the years, especially 4.5 years ago, I did a big improvement, because you always improve the natural treatments. You learn what you need, what your hair scalp needs, what your body needs to fight hair loss, or to support fighting your hair loss. And at that point, I even got some regrow, and I went back to the status that I had 10 years ago, before I first started fighting hair loss. And for me, that's a very big success. I mean, I do not have thick hair. You can see it. It's still thin on some places. I mean, it's almost quite thin if you look at it. So there is nothing inside right now, no concealer, nothing. That's just natural hair without any spray, without any concealer. It's just, I woke up, I washed my hair, I dried it, and that's basically what it looks like. Let's go more to the window so you can see. It's okay, but I'm always trying to improve it. But with the natural hair loss treatment, I could hold this status, or even improve this status slightly, since 8 years. And that's, for me, that's a great success. because I only take natural ingredients. I have no side effects at all, and I can hold the status for 8 years. And I'm 36 now, so hair loss started quite early and was very aggressive, and therefore I'm more than happy that I can hold the status for 8 years now without taking aggressive medical treatments. That's a big success for me. And if you want to know everything that I did, and if I can support you in any way, just subscribe to this channel, because my goal is to share all my experiences with you, also with Propecia, with minoxidil and all the treatments I used out there. Also, big fact, a big influence, if you are in such a thin status that I am, for example, is the shampoo. For example, if I take the wrong shampoo, I can show it to you one day when I'm on holiday, for example. I can take the wrong shampoo for 2 or 3 days, and then you will see a big difference. So I also started to learn not only natural ingredients and all the things that I need for my body, for my scalp, but I also learned to use the right shampoo, the right water, for example. That's everything so important when fighting against hair loss. Of course, the shampoo and the water and all this stuff is just cosmetical. You don't optimize your status, but I could hold the status for 8 years, and that's very, very, very successful. And please subscribe to this channel. There will be more coming soon, and I would be happy if you would follow me and my story and also share your experiences. Subscribe, give me a thumb up. See you soon. Bye.